This was the scene at the Burbank Community Services Building on January 31st. Families hoping to be selected for one of 8 affordable housing units. It's the Burbank Redevelopment Agency's latest affordable housing development. The Keeler Elliot Homeownership Development is an 8-unit project that will include the construction of 7 new townhouse units and the rehabilitation of an existing single-family home. The development is part of the Redevelopment Agency's global vision for improving and revitalizing the city's most distressed neighborhoods.
In Burbank, we really truly have a commitment to having affordable housing in our community, and not only affordable housing but supplemental services to go along with the affordable housing, because you can't just give people a house to live in, you have to give them support services too, and have a whole community behind you to make this project and all projects involving housing successful.
The Keeler Elliot Homeownership Development is the latest in a long list of successful redevelopment projects that have helped Burbank to remain one of the most attractive cities in Southern California, where for 100 years families have come to live, work, and play. 2011 marks the city of Burbank's 100th birthday. To commemorate this milestone, the city of Burbank has officially kicked off its year-long centennial celebration. More than 100 events and activities will take place throughout 2011, where the past, present, and future will collide as Burbank commemorates its rich history and celebrates what lies ahead. One of the Centennial celebration activities is the Centennial House Program. As part of the Keeler Elliot Homeownership Development and in the spirit of Burbank's Centennial celebration, the construction of one of the units will be funded in part by the Centennial House Program through donations raised by Burbank community leaders. This unit will be aptly named Centennial House. In addition to fundraising efforts, the Centennial House Program will also encourage Burbank residents to roll up their sleeves and come out to the construction site to help build Centennial House. The program will support the Redevelopment Agency's efforts to provide affordable housing and to improve Burbank neighborhoods while commemorating the city's 100th birthday. The Keeler Elliot Homeownership Development is being built in partnership with the Burbank Redevelopment Agency, Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles, and the Burbank Housing Corporation. Since 1997, the Burbank Redevelopment Agency and the Burbank Housing Corporation have collaborated to effect meaningful neighborhood revitalization in key areas of the city, known as the city's focus neighborhoods. This partnership has been a critical component in improving existing housing stock, providing affordable housing opportunities, developing neighborhood-based family resource and activity centers, and improving the quality of life for residents in each of the city's focus neighborhoods. The Keeler Elliot Homeownership Development adds another partner to the equation, Habitat for Humanity, a nonprofit developer, lender, and builder of affordable housing. They utilize volunteer labor, donated materials, professional services, and in-kind donations to reduce construction costs. To help keep homes affordable, Habitat for Humanity provides no-interest 30-year loans to qualified buyers who must also complete up to 500 hours of sweat equity.
And the cool thing about Habitat is that it's not a giveaway program, so families who are selected for Habitat homes, they help build their homes, as you've probably heard. And so our families work alongside volunteers and the community at large in order to bring these homes up out of the ground.
Together, these groups will work to further the common goal of providing affordable housing to the Burbank community, the benefits of which would not otherwise be realized without the resources of the Burbank Redevelopment Agency and its partners. Here's where the new development will go. And in March, they cleared the way for the Keeler Elliot Homeownership Development, which is specifically located in Burbank's Peyton Grismer Focus neighborhood at the intersection of Keeler Street and Elliott Drive. Spearheaded by the Burbank Redevelopment Agency, the agency and the Burbank Housing Corporation have been conducting revitalization efforts in this part of the city since 2002. The Keeler Elliot Homeownership Development will further the mission of the Redevelopment Agency and the Burbank Housing Corporation by providing much-needed home ownership opportunities to very low-income families. This development will also contribute to the stability of the neighborhood, developing long-term stakeholders and instilling pride of ownership in the new development. Before being torn down, this is what it looked like. The living conditions found at the site were reason enough to focus there.
Those three properties there were in such bad shape. There have been so many illegal additions, so horrible, conversions. It was a state of blight that we don't often see in Burbank.
It's the goal of the Redevelopment Agency to identify those properties in the city that are most in need of attention due to neglect, overcrowding, unsafe living conditions, and crime. Upon inspection, it was discovered that 1722 Elliot Drive was one of the most blighted properties in the city, and the living conditions were substandard in every unit. The property was in a state of decline and presented a potential health hazard for the occupants. Through the efforts of the Burbank Redevelopment Agency and the Burbank Housing Corporation, the families that were living in these conditions were relocated to much improved living situations. One of the families was living in very cramped quarters with little light and poor ventilation. The family has since been moved to a renovated unit in one of Burbank Housing Corporation's nearby properties, where they now have a clean and safe environment to raise their 2 children. The Keeler Elliot homeownership development is an excellent example of how redevelopment can create much-needed affordable housing opportunities and in the process revitalize declining neighborhoods. With partners like Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles and the Burbank Housing Corporation, community-enhancing developments like this become possible. But it's also with the support of individuals from the community who donate funds and time that will make this project a reality. Please help us turn this into this. Construction is underway and completion is anticipated by the end of the year. Please contact Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles for information on how you can help, Jennifer Wise for fundraising information, or Veronica Garcia for advocacy and community partnerships at 310-323-4663.